Coming up on DETV's Good Morning Wilmington, the Boys and Girls Club of Delaware's VP of Regional Operations, Trisha Moses, stops by the plaza with Certified Education Planner Dr. Pat Smith to talk about the grand opening of Fraim's College Resource Center. United Way of Delaware's Director of Philanthropy and Equity, Brice, stops by to spread the word about their Fusion Alliance program and what that means for businesses in the state of Delaware. And Dr. Julius Mullen and First Lady Quillen Carney will be on the plaza to talk about the state of Delaware's Trauma Awareness Month. Be sure to tune in right here on DETV.
Good morning, Wilmington. What's going on? I'm your main man, Big Ivan, talking to town with I would say my lovely co-host, but my handsome
keeping the
co-host.
seat warm for her. Yeah.
Unfortunately, Vincenzo's not here today, so I have a special co-host, our news anchor, DETV's own news anchor, Matt Ford. Matt, how you doing, bro?
Thanks for having me back. I appreciate it.
Oh, man, look, I couldn't do it without you, man.
Thank you.
Oh, it's a good show today.
I'm excited. We have some great people here.
Oh, my gosh. Before we get into that, man, how was your weekend?
It was good. It was low-key. Just got some yard work done. Went to see a movie. Haven't done that in a while.
What movie?
Ambulance with Jake Gyllenhaal.
Was it good?
It was really good.
I think we need to have like a movie critic review type thing going on.
That would be good, yeah.
You know? And Matt, I see you doing a lot of stuff in plays, man.
Yeah, a lot of theater stuff. I'm busy all the time.
What are you doing in theater? What is it?
So we just finished One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
How was that?
It was good.
Where's that playing?
It was good. That was in Elkton.
Oh, okay.
In Elkton, yeah, theater in Elkton. And then the next one is Sleepy Hollow in the fall.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I'll give you more information. Come
Okay, yeah,
check it out.
that.
Brandon came to it.
Oh, Brandon who?
Yeah.
Our Brandon?
Our Brandon came to it.
Did you have a good time? Oh, wow.
Tell me, it was the best acting you've ever seen in your life, right? It was the best.
See, well, shameless plug. Oh my gosh. But no, that's good, man.
That's
that was
good. Yeah,
good.
thanks.
That was great.
How about you? What'd you do?
This weekend was daddy-daughter's weekend. So I got the time to spend with my daughter, Madison. We went to, Aja Ajavon had a tea party, and it was freaking amazing. Like, my daughter had so much fun. Like, I think I had more fun than she did.
I saw the pictures.
Right, it was awesome. Face painting, an etiquette class. I think that every father that had a daughter should have been there.
Yeah.
It was, because, I work so much.
Right.
And just to take that time to spend it with Maddie.
To do that, yeah.
She was so excited, I think she slept in her dress. like really. She had a ball. And those daddy-daughter moments, and first of all, I think every man needs to have a daughter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They need to have a daughter and a
girl dad, isn't that what they
girl
call it now?
dad,
Girl dad.
hashtag girl dad, all the way. She takes this beast and settles me down, So
I love it when Maddie's in the studio. She comes in, she whips us into shape.
Yeah, she knows how to run almost every piece of equipment here at 8 years old.
Yeah.
So, and then I think being a girl dad, one of the things is you never, ever say no.
Right.
So it's like, Dad, can I have a piece of candy?
She wrap around her finger.
Right. Oh, right. I'm talking about Boy Scout. I'm talking about Boy Scout knot. You know what I mean?
Right.
And speaking of Boy Scouts, I think this is a perfect transition to our guest, to talk about our guest that's coming.
Yes, absolutely.
We have the Boys and the Girls Club. We have, who do we got?
We have Mrs. Trisha Moses. She's the VP of Regional Operations of the Boys and Girls Club here in Delaware, along with the very lovely Dr. Patricia Smith, Certified Education Planner. They have a great event coming up this weekend at the Fraim's Boys and Girls Club Center on Union Street.
I used to go to Fraim's.
Me too. That's where I did my swimming lessons.
Oh, I didn't swim.
I didn't say I was good.
No.
So yeah, they have a great event coming about how to pay for college. They have a college resource center. They're going to be grand opening, so they have a really good event this weekend. They're going to be telling us about it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
We also got my main man in the building, Brandon Brice. Let's give a shout out. Let's give a hand clap for Brandon. Woo! Gotta love you, Brandon. And Matt Parks, Director of Communication Reinvestment Act and Discover Bank, is here to talk about some great stuff they got coming along. But most of all, I'm excited about these two right here. You ready? Who we got? Mrs. Carney here. And who else
in
we
the
got?
house. Mrs. Carney.
Oh, can we get a round of applause? Let's get a round of applause.
There she is. And Dr. Julius Mullen.
Mullen,
sorry.
Right? Dr. Julius Mullen in the house. Education. And we say trauma matters?
Yes, trauma matters.
Yes.
Yep.
Can't wait to talk to them. But before we, go on with the rest of the show, let's highlight our guy in the street, Blake. What's happening?
What's going on, Blake?
What's going on, guys? Listen, I know everybody wants to know, the weather's getting great. They want to know what's going on around town. So I'm going to tell you what's going on in the street. So, here we go.
No, wait a minute, Blake. Hold on. What's going on in the street, Blake? I had to throw that in there. Don't worry about me, Blake. Go ahead.
I haven't always messed. Why you always messing with me? Because you think you can pick on me because you're 6'5" and I'm 5'9". It doesn't matter, okay? Doesn't matter on TV, okay, Ivan? We're the same height.
We're the same height. All right, Blake. Tell us what's going on in
Nah,
Wilmington.
man, I'm kidding. Listen, I was here, born and raised here in Wilmington, Delaware, and I know a problem we always have was what's going on in the city. So we're doing this new segment called In Wilmington in 1 minute. So I'm going to highlight just a few things that's going on in the city of Wilmington that you can go to. All right, first thing, I know we have a lot of parents out there. We got paint night at the Wilmington Library from 4 to 6 p.m. this Thursday. It's a free event. So make sure you grab your kids, come on out there, Wilmington Library right down the street. Next thing, we got this Thursday also kicking off the Wilmington Flowers. Oh, I said Wilmington Flowers.
Sometimes it gets you, man.
It gets me. The Wilmington Flower Market, which is going down, it's their 100th year, and they're celebrating that at Rockford Park. Of course, it's going to be food, fun, and of course, definitely going to have flowers. Flower event. You got to have that, of course. All right, next up, this kicking off this Friday and Thursday, basically. You have $5 off after 5 p.m. at the Delaware Children's Museum. So if you know, I know everything is on a budget nowadays. If you look $5, I remember back in the day, that'd get you from east side to west side. That's called $5 in gas, but now in gallon, it's $5.
That's right.
Okay, all right, I know we gotta see that money. Next up, we got the beginning of the month. The weather's getting great, and as they say, we're outside. So kicking off the month, we always have the Art Loop from 5 to 8 p.m. That's where we highlight local artists and art all around the city, museums, venues. Make sure you check that out. For more information about what's going on in our city, please visit the website, nwilmde.com. I'm Blake the Brain, and that's Wilmington in 1 minute.
Dang, you really pulled it off in a minute.
1 minute?
I did a lot in a minute.
There's a lot in 1 minute. I was trying to make the notes, and it was,
Listen,
a lot of stuff going on.
Have you ever went to the, Blake, have you ever went to the Wilmington Flower Market?
I never been to the flower market. You know, what's one thing I want to get into was the flowers. I do want to kind of get into that thing. You know, I was kind of, kind of an athlete, and only time I got flowers.
A little too hard for tulips.
Only time I got flowers. You know, I used to get them for, someone I used to date was on like Valentine's Day and maybe birthdays, but I didn't know. I just would look at the price and I'd be like, I guess this is a good flowers. It costs $30.
Why not?
So I would just get those flowers.
Exactly. I do not have a green thumb. You don't want me doing anything in planting.
Oh my gosh! Oh my God! Blake, thank you so much, bro. We really appreciate
you guys.
We see you next time. Can you stop by next time?
I'll be here next Monday.
Right, that'll work. Have you ever went to the Wilmington Flower Market?
It's been a long time. When I was a kid, I would go. So I'm excited. I think I might go this year.
Oh, it's beautiful.
And Mom's Day is coming up. I need to get some flowers.
You gotta get the flowers. They got this hot sauce that's remarkable.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. All right. We'll be right back after this with Dr.
Pat Smith and Trisha Moses.
All right. We'll see you right back. Good morning, Wilmington.
Coming up, Boys and Girls Club of Delaware's VP of Regional Operations, Trisha Moses, and Certified Education Planner, Dr. Pat Smith.
DETV has been Delaware's premium provider of creative digital and broadcasting solutions that bridges communities and connects people. We create great stories for all audiences. We deliver independent news throughout Delaware. We are digital platform innovators. And we develop marketing and sales solutions so you can stay connected to your audience. Now, why do we do what we do here on DETV? We do it because we care. So, keep watching and follow us on all of our social media platforms. Remember, DETV, online, on air, on time.
The day I got arrested was a blessing because it was the end of one chapter of my life and it was the beginning of another. I deserve a clean slate.
Now that clean slate legislation has passed in Delaware, we must ensure that the bills are effectively implemented so qualified people will get the second chance they deserve. To learn more, visit cleanslatede.org.
Welcome back to Good Morning Wilmington. Our first guest today is the VP of Regional Operations at the Boys and Girls Club, Miss Trisha Moses, as well as a special friend of mine, Dr. Patricia Smith. She's a certified education planner. Ladies, welcome. Thanks for being here. We appreciate it.
Oh, shoot, it's going down. They are in the building. They were so nervous. They were like, Ivan, don't you? I was like, okay.
I told them, I said, you ladies are up first. They said, first? I was like, no, you get it over with. It's super easy. You get it over with.
They were like, don't you dare, Ivan. Don't you dare. But I'm super excited,
right.
Matt, to sit here and talk to these wonderful ladies because they're doing some amazing things in the community. And you know, it's all about community.
Absolutely.
So,
And these two empower community, I have to tell you. They really do.
yes,
They really do.
yes. So, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. So I was telling Ivan in the last segment there, in the opening segment, we have a big event coming up this weekend. Can we talk a little bit about that to start with?
Sure. So you want to take it, Trisha?
Well, we have the college planning event. These are events that, and it actually is going to be hosted at our Fraim Boys and Girls Club. We also have one coming up in a week or so at our Milford location. These are events that we've hosted for almost 20 years in partnership with the Homes Consultant and sponsored by Navient, which we are very proud and really appreciative of their support. And so we are kind of bringing in partners. We're bringing in a number of different schools within Delaware and the surrounding area to promote college planning.
Nice.
Things have been shut down for the last several years, last couple of years due to COVID. And what we want to this is an in-person event, which is different from what we did last year, in that we had a drive-through college fair. This is an opportunity for us to bring in students, bring in their parents, and start to focus on this college planning piece, and we want to be there to support.
Absolutely.
What can moms and dads and kids expect during the whole event? Because I know it's so much going on, and a lot of people are actually having these college events, right?
Right.
But I know Fraim's Boys Club is going to be a lot
They're
different.
going to do it right. They do it right.
We try.
What can they expect, and who will benefit from this?
Sure. So, you mind? No.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Well, parents as well as the teens will benefit from this. We have put in a lot of effort to make sure that we bring an awesome program in their community. Okay. So we're going to have colleges as exhibitors, as well as vocational schools, and even tutoring services.
Nice.
Yes, very nice.
Nice.
Making it a very comprehensive experience for them in their community, and making sure that it's fun. We're going to have music. We're going to have, we might even have dancers performing.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
And Dr. Peck gets down. Don't let her fool you. Last year, I went to the event down in Milford and in Seaford last year, and she was dancing with the kids down there. She's giving them a run for their money.
You're not doing phony tricking, are you?
And that's what it's about, because learning should be fun.
Yes.
You know, we
Yeah.
all agree that learning should be fun, and it's an opportunity for these kids to show, for the community to show how invested we are in their future.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a critical, the critical issue with regards to students not attending college would be the challenge of what? Paying for college, right? That is, and so we want to address this pain point.
Yes,
We want to address this pain point, and we're addressing it by having 4 experts to come and speak about how to pay for college, okay? So we're talking about having Deltec to talk about the SEED program, the SEED Plus program, since it's expanded, as well as college scholarships, and just a general framework of how to pay for college, and then some online resources where these teens and their parents will have that hands-on experience of just navigating through modules. So we're super, super excited, and I believe that this effort, if you will, supports what the schools are doing, supports what the state is doing, and so, but we're just making it placing it in a friendly, inviting environment.
I mean, Fraim's Boys Club, I mean, come on, you can't get much better than that.
Exactly, it's like family.
Yeah, exactly. And I wish that programs like that were in place when I was going to Fraim's Boys Club. But thank God you ladies are doing it now. What other programs can people expect from Fraim's?
Well, it not just Fraim's alone. We're a
From the
statewide
Boys Club,
Boys
from
and
the
Girls
Boys,
Club. We're a statewide organization, 45 locations across the state, both standalone facilities as well as school site facilities. And we partner with the local townships, other leaderships in other businesses and associations, organizations across the state. In order for us, I think what's important is a lot of people know us for before and after school programs and also youth teen services, but we do so much more. We have preschool programs. We partner with in Fraim is a location that has our senior center. We also have aquatics across this in a number of different programs across the state. So there is a host of things that have going on. We promote a number of different pillars. One is academic success, and the college planning program actually falls under that particular pillar.
Nice, nice.
Now, last year was the first college planning program that I had the privilege to attend. How many years has this been going on, the program?
So 10 years to be exact. We've had some kind of event, whether it's college planning conference, as we would call it, drive-through college fair, which you attended, Matt, as well as when COVID first started, we knew we couldn't have any kind of in-person or even a drive-through at that point, and so we had a college planning scholarship awards program. So we try to do something in support of bringing resources to teens and their parents.
Wow. I love the fact that one of the pain points that you're recognizing is about how to pay for college. Because a lot of black and brown kids in the community, their first thing is, I don't have money to go to college.
Absolutely.
They think it's coming out of pocket. So I'm glad you're recognizing that. Is there any other areas that you're recognizing, other pain points that you're recognizing at this event?
So one of the things that we are doing, I'm so excited.
She is excited.
She's excited.
DJ, play some music.
It's
She does the Holy Gully and the Cabbage Patch.
Well, you can do that better than I can. And I wouldn't want my boys to see it. No, not working.
They're too much up here.
Yeah, exactly. But we're actually opening, having a grand opening and a ribbon cutting ceremony for the College Planning Resource Center. I know, right?
So it continues after the event. There's an opportunity and resources available in the city of Wilmington. The surrounding area can come into the Fraim Boys and Girls Club and get access to that information even after the event is over. It's very important.
It's very important to have that ongoing resources right there at the clubs, where as they're going into the gym or going to swim, they can actually be able to pick up a brochure or to use a QR code to kind of scan. So it's really exciting. The support to even have this college planning resources. So we have to give a shout out again to Navient. Navient really put the funds before us so that we could actually be able to have the college planning event as well as the resource centers.
I think that is just simply amazing. When you're talking about a nonprofit and you're talking about the way to make an impact, that's exactly how you do it. We're not just having an event, but we're having an entire program year-round that help people in the community to become better. So hats off, salute. We need to get a statue. And Najee, can we get a statue that's like capeless superheroes on the DETV thing? That we need to do something. We need trophies or something. Because ladies, you ladies are doing amazing.
Thank you very much.
What else can we expect from the Boys and Girls Club Delaware?
So there are so many things going on. This weekend, I had the privilege of joining a number of my colleagues in what we call our selection event for our Youth of the Year premier statewide youth program, and that was simply amazing. We will have a celebration of that event on Thursday here at the Queen in Wilmington, and that is where a number of youth from each of their townships in the local area compete. They represent their club on a statewide level for this leadership award. And what they do, they're selected by a series of judges that kind of volunteer their time. It's a 9-month effort.
Okay. All right.
And it is a long, tedious process, but it's so rewarding. They get, support in building their resume, support in building their highlighting community service. It's just a character building opportunity. And then if they are selected to as winner of the state competition, then they go on to compete regionally and also nationally for BGCA's Youth of the Year program. So we are so excited. That is, and I'm bringing that up because that's this week.
Just this week alone.
We have so many other things underfoot, and we're just excited to be a part
well,
of
make
it.
sure that we get to know what's going on so we can tell our
I'll
community.
see you Thursday.
Great.
Yes,
Come
Thursday.
check us out.
Right, I will. So before you get out of here, that is your camera right here over Matt's shoulder.
Okay.
Where's that? Right here.
Right here.
there.
This
Okay.
one? Okay.
Tell the community what you need. That's the need. That's the community camera. So tell them what you need.
So I would say that what I need is what I feel like the youth need, and that is the ongoing support and care. It has been a difficult time. I didn't dig into social and emotional piece. I think some of your other guests will be talking about that later. But it has been a difficult time for youth, and I think that they need the entire community to be behind them, both academically as well as other facets of their life. We need to be there for them. So I need you to support Boys and Girls Club and other organizations that are at the forefront of youth development.
Not to mention, we need you to come out.
Right.
Yes, come out on Saturday.
On Saturday, May 7th, the program, the College Planning Conference, will be from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. To 2 p.m. From 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And we will feed you. Okay.
I see what y'all doing there.
Yeah. So come on.
We know how to do it. Mama Bears, we know what to do.
Yes, and we are inviting teams of middle school as well as high school and their parents and guardians. So come out, join us.
Love it. Can you give the website where for more information they can contact?
For more information, you can go to www.bgclubs.org, and that's CLUBS.org.
Ladies, thank you so much for coming to Good Morning Wilmington. Next time you have something going on, please let us know so we can bring you on and talk about it again.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yep.
And thank you for watching. We'll be right back with Brandon Brice and Matt Parks as soon as we get back from a word from our sponsors.
Stay tuned. United Way of Delaware's Director of Philanthropy and Equity, Brandon Brice, is up next.
Welcome back to Good Morning Wilmington. It's your main man, Big Ivy, talking to town, Mr. DETV, along with my, I keep wanting to say lovely co-host because I'm thinking Vincenza, my handsome co-host,
Matt Ford from the news.
From the news.
From the news.
All right, so that last interview, what you think?
I'm super excited. You know, I've been a part of the Boys and Girls Club and been a member there since I was a kid, just like you. Went to Fraims.
Yep.
And they're just do so much for the community. I know it's a hard time, people paying for college, so I'm excited to learn more about that event.
All right, well, these two guys here, we got it.
I'm excited to meet them as well, yes.
2 or 3 hours with them. We have Brandon Brice of the United Way and Matt Parks from Discover, and they're here to talk about some great stuff they got going on.
Thanks for being with us.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Brandon. What's happening, brother?
You know, we are very busy at United Way with 2 great programs that we're partnering with Stepping Stones and also Discover. But also, we just kicked off our Fusion Alliance program.
Okay, tell them more about that.
The Fusion Alliance program is that we're taking diversity, equity, and inclusion to the corporate space, to the workspace. And what we're doing is we're creating an opportunity where we're increasing revenue and we're looking at businesses to say, how do we begin to have that real conversation of how do we get more people of color and minorities in corporate C-suites?
Okay.
How do we get more people in non-traditional roles in those roles? And right now we've got 8 partners. We're looking to double that in the next 30 to 45 days.
So the goal, let me get this right, is to get more people of color in these spots. and what else?
Well, and it's really talking about how do we take DEI from an economic perspective.
Okay.
When I always say, diversity, equity, and inclusion is like, diversity is if somebody asks you to dance.
Right.
And equity is if somebody asks you, to actually dance and dance to a song.
Right.
But inclusion,
I like that.
You see it? But inclusion is that thing where we're saying, what kind of music do you actually like to dance to? And so what United Way is doing through the DRJC, the Delaware Racial Justice Collaborative, is we're taking it to the next step of how do we get more people of color in non-traditional roles, and how do we begin to look at how do those folks rise in their companies or rise in their organizations. And at the end of the day, the bottom line is how do we help them increase their revenue?
That's amazing.
I'm on my way. I'm going to sign up. I'm going to sign up.
Are on your way.
So Matt, tell us about your role in this.
Sure. So I'm from Discover, and we're a big supporter of a very important institution for Wilmington. And a lot of folks don't know about this, but the Stepping Stones Community Credit Union was established in 2011. It was actually the first credit union charter, actually any financial institution charter issued in the whole United States since the Great Recession in 2011.
Wow.
And here's this entity that we as Discover have been supporting to try to make sure that basically everybody in the community has access to a financial institution that can serve their needs, right?
Right.
So whether you're talking about helping get a job, getting education, buying a home, being able to just do your general banking and not have to pay money to get your money, basically, right? Exactly. There's too much money that's being spent on fringe financial services in this city and in this country, but we have an institution here in this city that everybody can be a member of, and not just put your money in, but hopefully be able to get money from them to be able to support your dreams and your education and your job, cars, you name it. So it's an institution for the people.
For the people.
And we as Discover feel that's very important. And we've been supporting it now since its establishment in 2011.
Love it, love it. The need. Where did you see the need, Brandon or Matt, like with this entire program?
Well, a couple things. So there was a situation where, one of the things we noticed when we, following the George Floyd incident, is that was the birth of really the Delaware Racial Justice Collaborative.
Right.
And we saw issues around not only just police brutality, but also people were not necessarily given real adequate opportunities.
Right.
And so what we did is we said, let's get smart and really use this as an opportunity. And so the Fusion Alliance really is an opportunity where we're going to businesses,
right,
and we're saying, how do we help you increase your revenue share, but also get more people involved in the game, or give them the opportunity to rise up in their organizations.
Right.
And it doesn't matter if it's a nonprofit, if it's a for-profit, we're giving people real access to opportunities and also coaching them and consulting them on how to be best business practice. The bottom line is we're teaching people really not only how to work, but we're also creating opportunities for them to rise in their organizations if they want it.
Well, let's talk about the success rate of the program since it's been started. How's that been?
We're growing. We're adding on members daily. This show, hopefully if you're watching, we'd love to have you as part of our cohort, and also partnering with great organizations like Stepping Stones and like Discover who see the value in this. And this is not, listen, it didn't happen overnight, and it's not going to grow overnight, but we're moving in the right direction.
Right. I love it.
What are some of the immediate needs that you guys have that you see?
Look, for us, it's just community involvement. One of the things we're partnering with United Way is the 100 Black Men breakfast coming up, right?
We have the Men of Distinction breakfast, which is the first time that 100 Black men actually, you remember, we have put that out there.
I was just going to say, I remember. Yeah.
But it's the first time that we're not only just having those real serious personal conversations about manhood, fatherhood, mentorship. And how do we take this step in the next direction? One of the things Discover is really looking at is how do we not only talk about mentorship and fatherhood, but what are the things that fathers need and families need? Housing.
Right. So at the end of the day, you can talk about building wealth, but until you can talk and talk and talk and talk,
right,
but at the end of the day, someone's got to do something, right?
Right.
And most things to build wealth in this country require a financial services partner, right? So we've got an institution, again, in the community that's going to hopefully help people build wealth. We're starting actually hopefully with 50 families. We're working on being able to raise the capital to be able to help 50 families get a mortgage. We're not going to necessarily focus on credit. We're not going to necessarily focus on maybe the property value. What we're going to focus on is the people, right? What's the character of the people?
Right.
Do the people want to better further the community? And at the end of the day, we want to help renters that have been just renting and renting and renting, and all this money going basically to somebody else's landlord's pocket, and hopefully help them start to be able to build wealth in this country. Thanks to Senator Coons, we got a $500,000 appropriation to kick this off, and we're hoping to raise another $1 million so we can help 50 families be homeowners in the city, particularly those that have been renting for years and years and years.
Love it, love it. What resources are available? I'm sorry, what resources are available throughout this program?
So a couple things. On the Fusion Alliance side, we offer coaches, consultants. We also work with you for a 2-year contract. So that partner becomes part of our cohort for 2 years. That means we handhold you through the process. And the other thing is one size doesn't fit all. So some organizations may have a greater need, others may not.
I was going to ask you that, like the duration of the program, because some people think programs are like 30 days, but it takes like something like this.
This is a relationship.
This is a relationship.
I like that.
Right, like we go together after this. Right.
So the organizations, are we talking large, medium, and small? Like, is there?
So here's the best hidden secret. This is for small to mid-sized businesses. Corporations have been doing this for years.
Right.
And so what we're doing is we're giving the little man, we're giving the common businessman an opportunity to grow their business in a changing economy.
I like that. Like you said, corporations have been doing this for years, and now it's time that the mom and pops can come in and be a part of this program for 2 years. And again, it's a relationship. So don't even look at it 2 years before you know it. 2 years has gone, came by, and bam. I love it. Let's dip over real quick to talk about the breakfast. All right. When is that?
June 10th. It's going to be at the DuPont Country Club. 8:30 a.m. Doors open at 8 a.m. And it's really we got a great conversation where we've got leaders in the community that are talking about fatherhood. And so this is, no offense to the ladies, this is an all-male event.
Ladies cannot.
This is not the He-Man, woman. But this is an opportunity for men or women, all men from all faiths, all cultures, to come in and have a conversation about fatherhood and how do we move Wilmington forward.
I love it. Who you got on the panel? Watch this.
You got to come to the show.
I'm on the panel.
Oh, a teaser.
Spoiler alert. I'm on the panel. Right. No, but it's like, I'm laughing. Dr. Julius back there.
You come, you find out.
Right, you come, you find out.
I like that.
I get to find out who I sit next to.
And the greatest part is a great breakfast.
Yes.
But get there early.
Yeah.
Right.
Wait, what time is it again? I'm sorry.
8:30 a.m. DuPont Country Club, June 10th.
Okay. All right.
How many years has this been happening? Is this the first year for this?
This is the first year. Well, actually, this is amazing because this is our first year that the 100 Black Men of Delaware has been chartered. So we actually get chartered this year, so it's a celebration as well.
That's fantastic.
I love it.
Yeah.
Let's talk a bit about the DRJC. Are there any immediate needs for that organization?
Well, the DRJC is still a growing program. We need your dollars and your support to continue the work around equity, workforce development, education, and criminal justice reform. But more so, it's partners like Discover and Stepping Stones, and partners like you that can continue to help us help the greater Wilmington area.
I love it. I'm gonna let your camera right there.
I was just gonna say, right on my shoulder.
Yeah, community camera. Tell the community, tell people what you need or whatever you want them to know right now.
Support the DRJC. www.drjc.org. Also, United Way of Delaware, www.uwde.org. As I said in my favorite film, we accept the kind of funds that jingle, but we like the kind of funds that fold.
I was going to say that was church. Right? How about you, Matt?
That was coming to America.
Right.
That's what that was.
Matt is invited to the barbecue.
Yes,
just
he
because
is.
he answered
Yes,
that
he
question.
That's when our city hall took the money out of Eddie Murphy's hand and put it in the basket.
He coming to
Took the whole thing.
He get the first plate. Exactly.
That's right.
He couldn't let that slide. Matt was like, wait a minute, hold on. I'll get to the community in a minute.
Oh, man.
I love it, Matt. What else would you like the community to know?
Look, at the end of the day, come visit us on Church Street. Stepping Stones is right there on Church Street. It's actually in a row home right there on Church Street across from the old Swedes Church. And come check us out at the end of the day.
Okay.
Come check us out, have a conversation. What do you need? What's your aspirations? And we'll see if we can fulfill fulfilled.
I love it. Do you have a website that people can contact?
Steppingstones.org, I believe.
Love it, love it, love it. What you think, Matt?
This is great. This is fantastic. Thank you guys for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
Important information.
Oh my God, it's another great show. We still got 2 more amazing
I
guests
always
left.
say this show is like half entertainment, half education. When
Right.
you come here, you get a little bit of both.
Infotainment.
Infotainment.
I
love
like
it.
edutainment.
Edutainment. Yeah.
Edutainment,
We'll go
okay.
with all
You
of
really
them.
do. You really
Is
do.
there anything else you'd like to tell the community what's going on? Matter of fact, we got 1 minute left. Tell us about the United Way. Some great stuff that you guys are doing at the United Way.
You know, the United Way has great programs. We have the DRJC. We've got the Fusion Alliance. One of our biggest, best kept secrets is the Minority Small Business Program. Last year we had 50. This year we're going for 100 business owners. Wow. Join the team. Join the movement.
Wow.
And we as Stepping Stones can help those businesses when they get the education and the knowledge that they need to be successful. We're there to help them support the finances of the institution.
There you have it. Look,
Fantastic partnership.
From the beginning of having an idea to concept to delivering with finances, like everyone, if you're watching the show, you have it right here. You have amazing resources that you can tap in. Brandon Brice, United Way, Stepping Stones, Matt Parks. So please, give them a call, give them a holler. This is about making Wilmington, making Delaware bigger and better. And you can see right now that Wilmington is on its way to become bigger and better, and so is Delaware. So again, gentlemen, thank you so much for coming.
Thanks for having me.
Really, really appreciate it.
Very much. Thank you for being with us. We appreciate
All right.
it.
Thank
And make sure you stay tuned. Coming up, we have Dr. Julius Mullen from Trauma Matters Delaware, as well as First Lady Quillen Carney. And we will be right back.
I like her. That's my homegirl right there. She's
fantastic.
dope. She's awesome. All right, we'll be right back.
Next on the Plaza, Dr. Julius Mullen and First Lady Quillen Carney.
Hello, DETV family. This is Dr. Rose Kokoza, primary care physician at Christiana Care. I'm reaching out to you because we know that the COVID-19 pandemic is still very much with us, with cases on the rise. Please continue to do what we know works. Wash your hands frequently, social distance, and wear a mask. Let's do what we need to do to move past this pandemic.
Let DART do the driving. DART First State provides transportation that is clean, safe, reliable, and affordable. Plan your trip and get real-time bus information with the free DART Transit app. Scan your phone to pay your fare with the free DART Pass app. So what are you waiting for? Try transit today. Visit dartfirststate.com or call 1-800-652-DART.
Hi, my name is Angela, and I am currently living with a record. Having a second chance at life is amazing to me. You know, I don't have to allow my past to dictate who I'm going to be today, and to me that's beautiful.
Now that clean slate legislation has passed in Delaware, we must ensure that the bills are effectively implemented so qualified people will get the second chance they deserve. To learn more, visit cleanslate.de.
Matt here with Ivan. We appreciate you being with us. For our third set of guests now, we have the First Lady, Quillen Carney. We're very excited to have her here, as well as Dr. Julius Mullen of Trauma Matters Delaware. Welcome. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Excited to have you.
I know. This is the one I was waiting for.
No pressure. No pressure.
So again, thanks for coming. Let's talk about trauma. What is trauma? Because a lot of people don't know.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, there are different types of trauma. There are trauma related to a disruption in the psychological and cognitive and emotional space of a human being that disrupts daily functioning. There are different layers of trauma. Acute trauma is an example of if someone has a car accident and they have obvious symptoms that relate to that particular accident, but the symptoms kind of subside in the 30 to 45 days. And then it could evolve into chronic trauma that goes well beyond the 30 to 45 days. And then there's vicarious trauma. Many of us who have been essential workers or helpers are responsible for supporting those who have some very unfortunate stories, even beyond car accidents. It can be abuse in the family. It could be loss and grief, and then it turns into vicarious trauma for those who are responsible for helping those who suffer from trauma. So different layers.
So for those that aren't familiar, what is the goal of Trauma Matters Delaware?
Yeah, we like to think that we are the hub or the backbone for the state of Delaware in terms of being a valuable resource for many different systems, whether it's families or kids or public or private, and being a resource to raise awareness and training and provide resources for anyone that could benefit from those types of resources.
Is there a difference between trauma and PTSD?
I think probably post-traumatic stress disorder is a subset of trauma, a particular kind of trauma. And to go back, just to jump back to your first question for a second, trauma isn't defined by the event itself. As Dr. J was saying, trauma has to do with how the person experiences the event and the effects and how long they last and how serious they are. So post-traumatic stress disorder is a good example. The same event can affect different people different ways, which is one reason we have to listen to each other to understand, kind of get out of habitual and reactions and assumptions and listen to people about how they have experienced something and what they need to recover from it.
Now, I believe this month is Trauma Awareness Month that we just kicked off yesterday, right, with May 1st. Can you tell us a little about the state of Delaware's initiative with this month?
Trauma Awareness Month was one of the components of the original executive order that a governor I have a certain fondness for signed back in 2017. Executive Order 24, it calls on Delaware to become a trauma-informed state. And government has taken a leadership role by example in that. And also Trauma Matters Delaware is sort of a partner to the Family Services Cabinet Council. Family Services Cabinet Council is leading that work within government, getting the department, and also the Department of Human Resources, getting the government employees and all the departments and agencies trained to use trauma-informed strategies. Trauma Matters Delaware, which Dr. J serves as chair of the board, can provide that for other sectors. Train the trainer kind of programs and ways to change your systems, whatever sector you're in. So I think the Family Services Cabinet Council and Trauma Matters Delaware have been really good partners in that work.
Absolutely.
What is it that, you could be doing anything else. Why trauma? Why are you two power twins, wonder twins when it comes to trauma? Because that's what you are.
Partners there.
Right. What is that you hold near and dear to your heart about why to help people here in Delaware with trauma?
Absolutely. We believe that trauma, toxic stress, PTSD, whatever words you want to call it and label it, it should be a public health issue. I mean, if we haven't learned anything in the last several years in terms of obviously a global pandemic, racial reckoning, political unrest, and so many angles and different types of traumatic experiences that have plagued our world, plagued our country and our state in terms of, and you're right, we deal with trauma and toxic stress differently, but it has so many implications across human functioning, whether it's in the family room, in the courtroom, in the boardroom, in the locker room, in the classroom.
Yeah,
there you go.
Right.
You went.
Because that was my next thing. That was my next thing. Like trauma in the classroom. Right, and I know you're heavy on education. Let's talk about that trauma. Some of the things that you see that may cause trauma for these kids, because we ask these kids to come to school and learn, but they're dealing with their own their post-traumatic stress issues at home. How do we fix that? Is there a way? Is there a program, or how do we deal with that?
Can I give you a story?
Please.
And this was shared with me by somebody from the Office of the Child Advocate. There was a student in school, and a classmate made a joke about his mom, and he started a fight over the joke. And there are a couple ways to react to that, right? One is you just do the discipline for the fighting. The other is you find out why that happened. And the trauma-informed approach is to find out why it happened so that the response can be not just punishing for this fight, but preventing the next fight. And what the teacher did using trauma-informed strategies was, she said, what happened? Why was that particular joke? Why did that elicit such a big reaction from you? And the kid said, look, when my stepdad hit my mom, I couldn't do anything, but now I'm bigger.
Wow.
And just having that information, the kid still got in trouble for fighting, right? It's not an excuse of behavior, but approaching it from that way that gives you enough information to prevent the next fight, to help the kid deal with stress in a different way, to maybe refer the kid for care, to work through some of those issues. So that's an illustration of something that happens in the school that's reflective of something that happened out of school, but that the schools have to deal with.
Right.
And that, there's a lot of environments where that's the case.
Yes, yes.
My own interest in trauma, I have to admit, is personal. My own life was derailed by unaddressed trauma. And that's, in the position I was in, I had every advantage, right? I had married, economically secure parents who had good health insurance, and who wanted me to succeed, and I take how dramatically my life was impacted, and then I think about a kid who doesn't have the advantages that I had. Right. I think how much harder that would be to recover through, to be able to grow beyond trauma if you don't have support at home, if you don't have health insurance, if somebody's incarcerated or unemployed. Right. The protective factors that support recovery and healing are very unfairly distributed, and we have to recognize that that trauma, where there are coexisting vulnerabilities and inequities, trauma is going to be worse, and we have to work harder to make the social determinants of recovery more equitable.
Thank you for saying that, First Lady. You could say that.
Yeah, and to add to that, in terms of through an educational lens. We had some of the brightest minds this past Saturday to kick off Trauma Awareness Month, and they were all students, all across the state in some of the most diverse areas, but they brought diversity in their perspective. And they provided us not only with their concerns and their worries and what stresses them in their school and in their community, but they were able to bring about provocative solutions and what to do and how to respond at many different layers, from the school system layer, from the community system, from the family system. It was a wonderful, wonderful experience to listen to.
It was a great illustration of the importance of different perspectives in the conversation. There's no such thing as the smartest person in the room.
Right.
I mean, there are designated decision makers, but there is no such thing as the smartest person in the room. And we have to hear from different people. And one of the things that the students, Dr. J did a great job moderating that panel of students. One of the things that impressed me was their concern for their peers.
Wow.
They were not just talking about their own experience to talk about themselves. They were using it to draw lessons that applied up to their classmates. And I thought that was very impressive and instructive. Again, if we get out of our habits and assumptions and listen to kids, they very often can tell us what they need.
Yeah, absolutely.
So First Lady and Dr. J, I want to ask you, so if someone's watching at home right now, TV or through Facebook or however they're watching us, and they have sort of unaddressed trauma that they're sort of afraid to talk about, to go to someone, can you suggest a first step that they can go to kind of talk to someone about this?
Yeah, I think one first step is to identify a trusted person in their circle. And those trusted resources can certainly be in their families, in their homes, in their communities, but they can be a pastor, they could be a coach, it could be a cousin, it could be any adult or peer that would hear them out. And there are more formal resources that we have some excellent counseling resources and providers. You can visit our website at traumamattersdelaware.org as a start to be exposed to some of those resources.
Sounds like the key is trust.
Trust.
Somebody that you
That's
trust
the key.
first.
That's the key. Recognize and then trust. Right. All right. What's that website again, Doc?
TraumaMattersDelaware.org.
Okay. Is there anything else going on in the week that that you might be hosting or events?
Once you visit that website, you will see a plethora, because it's Trauma Matters, it's Trauma Awareness Month for the month of May. But you will see our calendar with many different events, from panels, videos, the TikToks, all kinds of resources that you will be able to ascertain.
And we would hope that some of the community organizations that are hosting events would also add their events to that calendar.
Okay, they
so
can do
other
that.
people
Okay.
can see it.
Love it. Love it. So that's the community camera. Go ahead and tell the
Over my
community
shoulder here.
over the shoulder. Go ahead and tell the community what you want, need, or invite.
I think the first thing is to know that everybody can make a difference. Nobody should feel powerless about this. Trauma sounds like a bad news word, but the good news is we know now that there's so much we can do to help move things forward. We know that every interaction with a child matters, for good or for ill, whether it's casual or brief. Be part of a positive experience for the children in your life. And model a willingness to ask for help, model empathy. And again, just don't feel hopeless about this. Hope is a basic need for all of us.
That's right.
And there's a lot that adults can do to model for kids and to support each other.
Absolutely. And we're always looking for a support, whether or not you want to share your expertise, you want to share your goods and services, but also interns and volunteers and stakeholders if you want to join this effort. Remember that website, TraumaMattersDelaware.org.
Excellent.
All right. Thank you so much for stopping by. Good morning, Wilmington. Next time you got something going on, you got to stop by here so we can let the community
That'd
know.
be a pleasure. Always a pleasure.
Thank you.
The Wonder Twins.
I love it.
I'm telling you, the Wonder Twins. And thank you
She's
guys.
Denise.
Thank you so much for doing what you're doing for the community. This really changes everything. So, where we going to break? And we'll be right back. We're going to close out when we come back because up next we have Chef Dana and Tiffany Chalk.
Brand new season.
Brand new season of cooking. On DETV. We'll be right back after this message.
Hi everyone, my name is Alicia Cooper Wells and I am an independent broker owner. We provide all of your financial needs from mortgages to insurance. We felt like the industry was missing diversity and inclusion, so what better way to fix it than to do it ourselves?
Hi, my name is Diamond Wells and I am WIG, Wells Insurance Group. We offer access to over 20 different carriers.
Today we wanted to provide you with 3 tips on how you can save on both your mortgage and insurance needs. Tip 1, good credit. We definitely know that there can be inaccurate information out there about you, so we suggest you visit annualcreditreport.com, which is completely free, to make sure that the information is correct and accurate.
Tip 2, make sure you take advantage of low mileage discounts, being as though people are working from home. Tip 3, make sure you work with a broker like myself who is able to shop you around. You can reach me at 302-504-6191.
Awesome. And you can reach me for your insurance and mortgage needs as well at 302-494-7712. We look forward to working with you.
Thank you.
Woo!
What a show.
Oh my gosh. Everything from the Boys and Girls Club to Trauma Matters Delaware. I love it.
Community.
Oh, that's what it's all about. What was your favorite one?
So I'm a little bit biased. Dr. Pat and the Boys and Girls Club, very important information. It was a pleasure to meet the First Lady. I haven't met her before.
Get out.
She's wonderful.
Oh, amazing.
I haven't met her before.
I'm telling you, another capeless superhero.
Absolutely.
And you know what does it? It's when someone does something because there's a need and they love it. They're attached to it.
And you can tell by the way they're talking about it how important it is to them.
Yeah, I love it. I love every minute of it. Dr. J, my man, too. Can't forget Dr. J.
Super nice
Love
guy.
him.
Super
when
nice.
When they first said Dr. J, I'm gonna fix my mic. When they first said Dr. J, right, I thought he was gonna be like 7 foot tall. You know what I mean? But no. But he is. What he does is he education and trauma, and same with the First Lady. I had a great show today.
It was fantastic. I appreciate you having me.
No, thanks for coming.
Thank you. I always love when I can sit here and sit in for Vincenza. And
yeah. Well, you might as well stay because later on tonight at 6 o'clock, you got the news.
Oh, we do indeed.
We do indeed. All right, you ready to get out of here?
I'm ready. I'm hungry, so we have something coming up.
Yes, we have Dana Herbert, Chef Dana Herbert, cooking on DETV. Chef Dana Herbert and Tiffany Chalk. They're in the other studio across town on Lancaster Avenue. Can't wait for that. They're cooking on
Brand
something.
new season.
Brand new
Excited.
season.
Love it.
We got Dana, we have Ruben, and who else? And Chef Ashley. Health and Wealth. Health and Self. Health and Self, all great cooking.
I've learned so much from them.
Oh my God.
I'm not a cook, so I'm learning from them, and I can smell through the TV.
You're not cooking at home?
Maybe.
Oh,
maybe
gosh.
not.
Well, let's get out of here. But before we get out of here, let's give a word to our sponsors, CEB, Community Education Building, DART Transit, Out and About Magazine, Wi-Fi for their amazing internet that keeps us on air. Who else we got? That it? All right, and my wonderful team. Thank you so much, DETV. Be sure to watch us at DETVCH.com, on YouTube, Twitter, all social media.
Facebook.
I mean, hey.
Your LinkedIn. I pop up LinkedIn. All Ivan's got good stuff on his LinkedIn.
Yeah, we just creating a whole network here for Delaware, just inspiring and educating the community.
It is an honor to sit next to you. I have to tell you, it really is.
Same here.
Changing the world here.
Same here. News, you on news, Quillen on news, Quillen Pride on news. Make sure you check her out.
Yeah.
And our own Lauren Wilson.
Lauren Wilson.
Who else we got? You want more? You want more?
She loves us. She wants to stay on.
We might as well bring the First Lady back.
Right.
She over there stretch it out. Look, we're going to go to break, all right? That's a heck of a show.
Yeah, I'm bringing it ready for news. And
all right, we're going to go over to Chef Dana. We'll see you back at 11.
See you later.